Hello, Kansas and Western fans. If you followed my post last week, you saw that I did a poll about whether or not anybody would be interested in participating in a realistic photo contest based on your model railroad layout at home. And this is something I've wanted to do for a long time because personally, this is something that I strive to achieve on my own layout. And although I have a ways to go, this is probably the most realistic scene I can come up with on my layout right now. I really enjoy seeing other people's realistic photos that are definitely much farther along than I am and much more experienced, because it's a way to learn different techniques. It's a way to see what can be done. So I got a pretty positive response, I think, from the poll, and I think we're going to go ahead and do it. So this is going to be the official launch of this contest. So I'm going to include this information in the description below, so you can refer back to it, but I'm going to do this or talk about this contest live so I can use my own layout as examples for what we're going to have for contest rules. So number one, I want you to submit a photo by email of a scene on your home layout. No club layouts this time. I feel like they have an extra advantage over home layouts with all the extra resources and help. So we'll probably feature those in a future one, but let's just stick to your own home layout this time. But a photo by email of a scene on your home layout. So for example, I would take something, like this. It's pretty obvious, right? Just a photo, even though this is video right here, but here's an example of a photo. Now, one other thing I want you to do with that though, is I want you to take a photo. We're going to say, this is my photo I'm going to submit. And then I want you to take a second photo that's a wider angle that shows non-realistic elements. Like here you can see the fascia. Or if I go up, you can see the lights or the upper level. And the reason for this is I want to be able to try to restrict anybody from maybe doing any AI generated photos or anything that's been photoshopped. And I hate to even mention this, but this was brought up very early in that poll last week. What if somebody sends in a modified photo? And I don't want to do that. Not this time anyway. I want you guys to just show off your actual real world skills, and maybe we'll save those computer generated things for something down the road. But I know there's a lot of great work out there without using computers to modify it. So let's stick to that. So this would be your submitted photo, and then panning out the same shot, just wide enough to see something that doesn't quite fit. So we're going to call that two photos, one realistic and one with elements that aren't. Now, for some specifics, I want you to include three elements in this photo. The first element would be some kind of rolling stock. So here you have locomotives. Here you've got rail cars. I want you to include some track, and you can see the train is sitting on tracks. And I want you to include some type of background to foreground element like scenery or structures. And this would be an option with some structures here in the background. And it can be both. If you've got a completed scene that's got scenery in the foreground, which mine does not, and structures in the background, that's fine too. But I wanted to give some specifics so you guys know what to aim for when you're choosing a photo option on your layout. Last thing I want you to include with your photos is your name. And you don't have to do your last name if you don't want. I get it with internet security, that's fine. Just your first name is fine. Your city and state. And if you live in a foreign country, you guys are welcome to participate. You can do your region or your country or something like that. It's up to you. But just to share with everybody where everybody is from, just to show you how global this hobby is, I think that's part of the interest as well. So we're going to run this contest submission for 1 week. So we're going to take photos starting today, as soon as this video is published, until next Tuesday. I think that's August 13th at midnight U.S. Central Time. On August 13th, I'm going to be taking photos. We're going to limit it to 50 because I wanted to have some kind of limit. I don't expect there to be 1,000 photos submitted, but just in case you guys are super excited and everybody wants to participate, I'm going to limit it somewhat for this first contest, just to make sure I can handle managing all of this. Now, for the last detail, once I've received those photos, it's going to take me a few days to get that compiled into a video. I'll then release the video that will show all the photos that have been submitted. Each photo will have a number, and then in the comments, you'll be able to vote. And I'll go over all this again once I launch the video. But you'll just vote in the comments for the number that you like. We're going to do probably a 48-hour voting period. And once that's complete, I'll compile everything and then release a final video with the results. Now, I have decided to include a cash prize for this first event. It's just going to be for first place. We're going to do $50, and that's going to come from my own account. I've been monetized on YouTube now for almost 2 years, actually a little over 1 year, and I just want to pay back some of that for everybody that's sat around and watched my videos, commented, supported me in my efforts. So I'm going to return some of that support. So $50 prize for the winner of this contest. So just to wrap, refer to the description below for the contest details. You can start submitting your photos to me by email now, and we're going to take those for about 1 week, and we will go from there. So if you guys are interested in participating, send me those photos, and we will get started on compiling them. Thanks everybody for watching and for participating.